and just the prominent black man in general, for some of our actions, and specifically even towards black women, it has to be difficult when you see, black men not upholding their side of the bargain.
One, I want to say you are loved.
Well, thank you. I feel it.
You are loved.
And maybe I'm loved, but I'm not always liked.
Listen, no one is liked all.
But I don't know if I should apologize. This is what I was just saying. I feel like black women in general.
Something right there. Something right there.
Yes.
But go ahead, King. What's your take with Nick Cannon?
This is the first time I'm gonna have to agree with. Hold on. Is my camera on?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. It's on. Yes.
So I'm gonna have to agree with Stephanie Watkins on this one. He's from San Diego. Like that should answer that question. We
I
all
don't
know this,
understand the reference.
meaning that So look at.
Well, she was born and raised in San Diego, so she knows.
I know, but what does it mean? I don't know what people.
That's what I'm just asking.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay, y'all do it.
I'm asking her a question.
He's from a place where is predominantly white and Hispanic. So you tend to date what's dominating there. You know what I'm saying? So it's that's the thing. But we all know this. There's a sector of men in our community who are colorists. There's a sector of men who don't want to date black women. I've been in states. Now that I'm not going to shy from, and I can agree. I've known some men who preference white women over black.
Well, she's here now. Stephanie Walker is here. But Hakeem, just because they don't date black women, that don't make them colorists. I don't think that'll make them colorists at all. That's just their preference. That's just their preference.
No. So it's a lot. It has to do with a lot of self hate too.
No, it do not.
Yep.
No, they just don't like. They
I'm
just don't like
standing
black
on
women.
business today. I'm standing
Stand
on
ten
business.
toes down on that.
We could debate that. No,
I'm standing
they just
on
don't like-
business today.
They just don't want to. They just don't want to deal with them. Doesn't mean they are racist. They don't want to deal with them.
No. Listen.
Like I have homeboys that just all they do is date white women. They don't want to deal with black women.
Listen,
And I bet
that
they
might
got a sprinkle of sassy in them.
No,
that might be
no.
outliers. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Stephanie. Go ahead. Because you just can't. Hey, Stephanie, by the way, but go ahead.
Hey, y'all. So yeah, I'm from San Diego. San Diego men, particularly black men, they do not date or check for black women at all. It's like a desert in San Diego when you're like thinking about dating black men. They definitely prefer Latinas. They prefer white women, or Asian women. Like they will scooch past you. And I speak to this not just from living there too, but my dad is the same exact way. My dad speaks down on black women, and that's been his experience, right? So like this is something, that for sure. And I think it has a lot to do with like the military and how aggressive a lot of Latina and white women and Asian Filipino women, how aggressive they are. Like they are definitely aggressive when like approaching. Yeah.
Aggressive
Huh?
girl, lying. I thought it was only black women aggressive. Oh, girl.
No, and don't even get me started on that, because this whole propaganda of like we don't want to deal with black women. These are men who are feeding into the perpetuated idea that black women are difficult, when the reality of it is like all people can be difficult when you treat them messed up. It's just a certain limit of which black women are going to tolerate, and when we do tolerate it and we don't like it, we speak up on it. But we have for so long been labeled and identified as being aggressive, difficult, having attitudes, being ratchet, that now when you have other women who did it, they're like, oh, they're not looked at through the same.
Dang, I hate her shit. When she come back, quick question. I just wanted to know. So for the sake of the conversation, I'm assuming based on what she said that there are black women that are available, right, in San Diego.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say less. I'm going on mute.
But it's just the men don't want to deal with them because remember, there's a stigma that's out there that black women have a bad attitude. Black women are twerkers. Black women, they don't know how to behave themselves. It's a stigma. It's a narrative that they have painted towards black women. However, Like Ruthless left the panel. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't want to get involved because he's in LA as well, same as Jordan. So he knows.
Did he leave the panel because of that, or did he just lose his signal? Maybe he lost his signal.
No. Ruthless went back to the Lions Den.
Yeah.
But so some people have their emotion when it comes to black women, and they choose to pick whoever they want to date. That's why I told Hakeem it's not always about self-hatred. It's just that they prefer to date white women. There's nothing wrong with that. Go ahead, Hassan. You want to say something?
No, I just want to say thank you guys for having me. Just Jay. Till next time, I have to go. Salute.
Peace, Hassan. Thanks for joining in. Each and every time. We really appreciate it.
To definitely, and that's the thing. I'm not saying everybody, people deduce things to preference and all that. Me personally, I definitely think that there is something under the surface. That don't mean a person have to be racist, and I ain't trying to put labels on people. But if I was of this beautiful hue that I am, and I didn't desire men of this beautiful hue that I am, I would personally want to explore that. That's all I'm saying. I would want to explore that. I ain't saying that everybody else say, I ain't trying to put no labels on people. But that's just for me,
I get you just said, because like I said, there are some black women that are like me growing up, like I said, being with my mom, my grandmother, and everything. I just saw how nice and feminine black women are. Are there some black women that not being feminine? They might be some aggressive, sure. But the thing is, it's like I never label. When I see women that are maybe black women that are aggressive, I never put a label with that, because I see the side of black women that some might be aggressive, or I see a lot of black women that are nice, feminine, talk good and everything. And the thing is like, I don't know why, but I'm attracted to. I always attract those type of women that's nice and feminine. No matter where I'm going, here in LA, back home in Michigan, or here in Florida as well, and everything. So for me, I never seen try to level black women as aggressive, because there are some that not be aggressive and some not be nice and feminine and everything. You just gotta talk and everything. I just feel like sometimes with black men, when we see a lot of black women, or just one, and it didn't turn out well, they just say if this is black, we act like that. All don't act that way. Also, they're not just talk a bad on. Sometimes they get in their passports, like Oscar Holloman. He's the guy who take that passport and visit South America, Africa, Europe, Asia, and and the thing is like you see how Afro-Latino women like act nice and friendly. You see how these women from Thailand act nice and feminine, friendly. They keep their weight right, and also Africa too. He said African women they know how to do well, except for these Black American women and everything. And I feel like when we have one mishap of a relationship that goes wrong with just a black woman in America, it just spreads about. They just think all black women act like that, and they get stuck like that, and they feel like it's not going to work well. So I'm just going to jump in another race, or I'm getting my passport. I'm going to go to a different country.
And Jordan, what's interesting, and shout out to LTTV, he did a live, I think it was yesterday. He was covering Austin Holloman's mother or something like that. That gave me a lot of perspective, you know what I'm saying? But as y'all know, baby in the bathwater, we finna throw it all out, And so it's crazy. And I think I just never had such an experience with any black man that I've dated. I've never had such an experience, and I've had some tough experiences. Hakeem and Ronnie know, like I done been through some things. Yeah. It has never left me saying all black men, all you niggas, all you. But and so maybe it's a personality thing amongst men and women that it's just it's tough. But like Stephanie was saying, like y'all was bringing points about the stigma. It's a crazy stigma out there, and it's quite annoying. There have been times even here where I live where I've made myself smaller simply because I didn't want to be viewed as the angry black woman when my shit was fucking justified. You understand? It's fucking annoying. It's no different than a black man walking outside and people looking and saying, "Oh, he's big and black." It's no different, but yet we keep having this crazy ass dance with each other. But anyway,
but think about it. But think about it.
Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna say, think about it. There's there's been a lot of conversation when they say all black men are bad, all black men are criminals, all black men are not educated, all black men don't have a mind of their own. So
it's the same damage.
Same damage. Yes.
But I'm not going to sit here and act as if that narrative hasn't constantly been pushed. But it's like, it's crazy because we're both affected by a lot of this garbage that's going on. You know, some more than others. I do think that double standards exist. They will always exist. It is what it is. But yeah, personally speaking, because I'm a black woman, I'm not a black man. But yeah, I get tired of them stereotypes and stuff like that, you know, and the stigma and especially when these other cultures that are being put on pedestals, these other people that are being put on pedestals can be just as problematic, because at the end of the day, humans are gonna human. If you
not worse.
Yeah, if you align with a difficult ass woman, like, I mean, what is it? We in Miami. We from 305. We done seen them Cubans with the chanclas slinging that shit, diving on top of cars and shit like that. I live out here on the res. Okay, these Native American chicks be diving on top of cars with they long, pretty ass hair. You hear me? I'm talking about hair past they booty, beautiful hair, diving on top of cars, squabbling. They be fighting. All you see is hair flying. I don't, but you know, but as usual, societal propaganda, you know, is constantly pushing that black people are the worst of the worst of the worst. And a lot of us eat that shit breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and they could kiss my ass on every angle. And shout out to Just Hear Me Out talking about the dating shows that be on. They push up stereotypes too. So yeah, I'm going. This is a good talk. I'm going on mute.
Go ahead, Stephanie.
No, I think you speak in facts, Jess. Like, I feel like there's a lot of horizontal hostility within our community. And when we're talking about horizontal hostility, that's like when oppressed people believe the oppressive thoughts of others. And then not only do you believe it, like you impose those thoughts on that group of people. So for black men in particular to continue to talk down about black women, like, you are subscribing to horizontal hostility. And I think for me, and this is my opinion, I feel like what hurts so bad is like, we're already like treated like, you know, we're already treated the worst. And so not only are we already treated and viewed the worst by society, like now we get treated and viewed the worst and then broadcasted that we are the worst by our own men. And these are men where we have been brought up to protect. These are men that we have been brought up to, when I say protect, like, I'm not talking about like fight for, fight for, because like, these are things where it's like women, you know, black women for a long time wouldn't speak on things because we don't want our men to come and fight and have, you know, get, you know, arrested or have the police involved back in it. So it's just like, I feel like it's it's disheartening for us to have to experience this. And I'll say this, you have people like Nick Cannon, people like Young Jeezy, when they're making these decisions, right, to have babies with folks that are others. And here's the thing, I have no problem with that's your decision. That's what you want to do. Just don't down us in the process. That's number one. But number two, like, we don't want your apology. You made your decision, and I guarantee, like, Jeezy made this decision. And now that woman is bringing him through the wire. Nobody's calling Jenny Mai, no type of name. She's not being dragged through the mud. This woman set him up, put cameras in the damn house to make it seem like he was aggressive intentionally. But like, had she been a black woman, it would have been a completely different narrative. So
no, but the thing with Jenny Mai, I'm just being honest, they're protected by the law. You say something, they're gonna say it's hate speech. I'm just being honest.
Oh, no, like
part of that community. So that's why a lot of people are very.
What community is? Jenny Mai is Asian. Yeah,
that's the Asian. Remember, the Asian. You know, Biden did that thing in the law where.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying that's why they ain't saying nothing about Jenny Mai. But black women don't have nothing to protect them when it comes to the aspect of the law, which they should. If they should have something for that.
And that alone is a problem. Like when they had that Stop Asian Hate, I was like, nigga.
Like, I'm trying to tell you,
what are we doing?
Thing, right? So you have people that tell you shouldn't be waiting on reparations, et cetera, and whether you for or against is your business. I'm not saying I'll ever see it in my day, but I'll never be against reparations, right? Because the issue is, at the end of the day, everybody has had their turn in regards to those type of rights. Like y'all just spoke on It's the whole Asian thing. They ain't have no problem giving them people what they want. Why is it that they don't give us what we
because
we are owed,
they consider they consider them on the Asian, I think, minority, and now that they're very beneficial when it comes to the aspect of the
beneficial
economic.
is the word, because we've been a minority, right? And so in regards to the disparities, right? And so now they have no problem getting what they claim they deserve, but we have yet to get what we're owed, and then we'll have twerk offs in the community about we don't deserve it because what we gonna do with our money. Do they go around telling each other what to do with their money? Even if they do, they still gonna get what they owed or what they think they deserve. Want to touch on what she said in regards to the horizontal hostility. I keep saying this all the time. If we are constantly dealing with systematic oppression for centuries, right? Oppression comes down and then it spreads laterally. It's lateral violence at the end of the day. Horizontal hostility, lateral violence, oppression comes down, then it spreads out. If I take a big cup of water and pour it on the floor, it's going to come down, then it's going to spread out. It's the same thing, but yet we constantly fight one another. And then we make excuses, and then we have these constant fucking twerk-offs because everybody's trying to manage other people's behavior instead of having a sense of accountability. I was on a panel the other day where niggas was complaining and literally saying that a woman has to make them put on a condom. Why is a woman making a leader do anything is beyond me, and this shit is crazy. And people are their sanity. Ain't nobody starting Hakeem.
Wow.
Listen, Hakeem, if you don't want to put it on, just be honest. But don't be sitting here talking about a woman got to make you as a leader. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't no way a leader got to be made to do anything by this shit is crazy out here. People losing their mind and they compromising their sanity just to be right. People are batshit crazy out here. But as far as Nick Cannon, I'm tired of these motherfucking apologies. Okay, I'm tired of these apologies to black women after niggas go outside. Okay, y'all go outside the gate, motherfuckers take you through the ringer, and then we supposed to come back and coddle your monkey ass and make you feel good. And oh baby, come lay your head on my chest. Man, fuck all that shit, nigga. Move around, take your ass back outside. Like, what is it?
Yeah, go back. What's that
in the space talking about? Oh, y'all want to go and divest? Y'all go over there to that white man so he could cut you up and put you in the fridge and all. I'm crazy out here. And I ain't nobody to say. Right, and it ain't nobody. Well, hold on. Let me say this, and I'm gonna let you have it. It's no one to say that somebody have to make you pay, right? Because I'm not one to hold things against people. But if y'all notice, there is a pattern of black men apologizing to black women. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying whether or not people have to make people pay for life, because I don't believe in that, right? But if y'all notice, there is a pattern. Why is this a pattern? Why is this a pattern, right? But motherfuckers always talking about black women the problem. It's the black women, your black bitches, your single mothers. Just like we had this conversation earlier, and the man on the panel brought up single mothers. What the fuck that had to do with what the fuck we was talking about? Because at the end of the day, people want to have a goddamn twerk off. This shit is weird. It's very weird. So yeah, Hakeem, tell me about going in raw. Tell me all about it.
No. Listen. Black queens, listen. Black queens forever. Snow money never. Black queens forever. Snow money never. That's all I got to say.
Shout out to Slimmy.
No condom. I'm not talking about going sushi. I ain't talking about nothing. I plead the fifth on that. Y'all not gonna get me, man.
You compromising your sanity by saying that a woman gotta make you put on the condom. The dude used the
I'm not answering none of that. That's too rich for my blood.
So dude say if you laying down and she come and climb on top of you, do she still have to make you put on the condom? That nigga said yeah. So I say so. It don't matter.
I agree with him though. Your woman should.
Honey, I'll deal with you later. I'm going on.
No, I'm being honest. I'm being honest. If the woman climb on top of you, if the man, you in the moment and you want to protect yourself, remind that man, hey, put on this. You better put this thing on.
So if she climb on top of you, she got to make sure you got on the rubber, and then if you get on top of her, she still need to make sure
you got this thing on.
I mean, I'm gonna say the thing is,
y'all crazy.
I can't say no. There's other contraceptives you can use other than condoms. I'm just saying.
Right, but it's the whole fact of the matter that these leaders is going around talking about what the fuck a woman gotta make them do. That don't even go together. Do y'all understand what I'm saying?
Just what you just said. These leaders not leaders of what you just said.
Exactly.
That's my whole. Hey, listen, Jordan. That's the whole point. And with that, I'm gonna go on mute. These niggas need to shut the fuck up.
Shout out to Slimmy. Shout out to Sapphire Great. Sapphire, we know you rising soul. She came from a different account.
Shout out to Sapphire.
But shout out to Slimmy. Slimmy, that's a cool screen name though. Slimmy. I'm trying to find out who that is.
Slimmy Daddy. Slimmy cool people. Slimmy cool.
Oh, so you know Slimmy?
Yeah, I know Slimmy. He cool. He good people.
Slimmy from where? Because I'm trying to find out from what.
He be on other channels and stuff like that. I call him Slimmy Daddy because you know, the real Pookie one day that nigga sound drunk and he was trying to squabble with Slimmy on the pedal and he was like, yeah, what's good, Slimmy Daddy? Like, so anyway.
Yeah, he laughing in the chat. He laughing. But go
okay,
ahead,
so Hakeem pleads the fifth on the sushi. I'm gonna go on mute and let y'all talk.
Yeah, Hakeem's scared. He's scared. He don't want to
get. No. I don't got no comments on that. That's too rich for my blood.
No, but Ken Dog say what he said. Nick Cannon should never apologize for what? He don't need to apologize.
Stand on
That's
business, Ken.
Yeah, stand on what you stand on. If you like
stand on business, I like that.
No apology needed. When Ken Dog say no apology needed, I agree with him. He should never apologize because remember that's his preference. He preferred to date other type of race of women. He just don't want to deal with black women. That's on him. Stephanie don't like that. She like no.
I don't think it's not even that I don't like. I just think that it's dumb. Like even the whole preference.
Whoa.
Like I just think that it's dumb. Like why do you have to apologize? For sure, keep your little whack ass apology. But I really think that nigga is starting to. I really feel like Nick Cannon, after having that conversation with Dr. Umar, is probably starting to reconsider some of the decisions that he's made. Because I don't think that often. I don't want to generalize it, but some folks when they do have biracial kids, I don't think they consider that the world is viewing your kids as black. And with that, there's a certain level of bringing them up. You have to bring them up a certain way. And that affects the black community if we're not careful. And that used to be a thing back in the day when you used to have like biracial kids mixed with black and white, how there was like an affliction on the black community because of these people who were brought up and raised as white, but really were black and then started to do detrimental things to the black community. Anyway, we're starting to see that now play out live. I might get beat up for this, but with Drake, like Drake is a cornerstone. That man was not brought up in the black community. He was brought up Jewish and white. That's what he identifies as. And now he's wearing his black mask and walking around parading and making money off of the black community. Anyway, I said all that to say, Dr. Umar handed Nick Cannon his butt. It made him realize how he is single-handedly affecting the black community.
And I want to say this.
Put everybody in. We're so gracious. Everybody
I want to say this too about Nick Cannon. It's like your action is Darren Holly show because it's not like you had kids with it's not. I'm gonna say it like this. It's not like he just had kids with a chick with a non-racial. He did it 3 times in 1 year of having kids by multiple baby mamas. And 3 in 1 year. So him apologizing is like it's like he don't know that he dug himself so deep. It's like you're not. And this is what I don't get. It's like you like what you like. You like so much that you had babies with multiple non-black women, 3 of them in 1 year and everything. And now you say it's like, okay, why so black women are attacking me and everything? Because you like what you like. And when you say Stephanie about men in San Diego, it's like they have preferences of dating, women that's not white and everything. Okay, I totally get it. I totally get it. I kind of see what Nick Cannon mindset is and everything. But the thing is, it's like now, you got all these kids. You got 12 kids, and now it's right now. It's like, okay, now you want to apologize for the stuff that you did. But it's like the thing is, it's like you've been doing this with your whole life and everything.
Yeah, like nigga, you don't care. Like, is this apology genuine? Like, you really don't care. And then what are you apologizing for?
That's what I'm saying.
For mismanaging the ping? Like, what are you really apologizing for?
But let's say in all clarity, you can't get upset, Nick Cannon, if somebody asks him in an interview, why you choose not to deal with black women? And if for his own opinion, he say, hey, because I find them to be ruthless, ruly, or I can't really conduct myself with them. I can't be mad at him for that because that's his.
Why? When this man is literally just like Jess was saying, like literally perfect, like he's moving in a space of horizontal hostility, which does not elevate our culture. So why would that be okay for you to pin all Black women in one circle and demonize us as being difficult attitudes? I can't build with you. Like, why say that? Why not just say like some of the women that I've come across, like these are the women that I feel like I could connect. Like, why do we got to be thrown away with the wash? Because this is a decision that you made. Like, I don't like that.
It's his experience. You can't get mad at a man.
Okay, so this is my thing though, right? I totally get what Stephanie's saying though. She's saying like, why is it that is the constant thing with us, right? And I don't want to. I can only generalize, right? And hopefully people
because look what happened.
Hold on, excuse me, Ronnie. Hopefully people can gather context and inflection from what I'm saying. At the end of the day, I don't see en masse Asian men throwing away their women, even if they have bad experiences. I don't see Brazilian men saying these Brazilian bitches gotta go.
You better talk.
I don't see it in mass, is what I'm saying. Am I saying that some of those men haven't had bad experiences and decided to move outside of that? No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, in mass, Black men are the only men I've ever seen behave on this level. And I really hate to say, and I hate to generalize it, but that's the only way I can explain it. So hopefully people who have inflection and context understand. So No Chaser talked about divestors. It's the same thing, but divestors are new. This hasn't been an ongoing narrative with divestors. Divestors is fairly new. And don't get me wrong, they are just as jaded. But this has been an ongoing thing with Black men saying that Black women aren't good enough. And I'm not talking to the Black men who appreciate Black women. I'm not talking to those. I'm talking to the conversation. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's
agree. I disagree.
I don't see other men doing that. Not in man. Show me a man or other men saying that shit about they women constantly. Just like Austin Holloman. Listen, Austin Holloman took his ass over there to them people country trying to handle. Because he thought he could go to another man's country and run roughshod all over their women, and even the trashiest of trash men in those countries are not fucking having it. They not. Nope. I don't care if they over there beating them women for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They are not gonna allow other men to come from another place to run roughshod over their shit.
That's why.
You got it.
I was gonna say that's why you see him going to Brazil anymore, because he's been
exactly. They not having
it. But I'm gonna see that there's no man that do it. I'm gonna say, what's his name? Freaking, he was on Fresh and Fit. I think it's Dustin. That's the one that got divorced. Dustin just talk about his wife, and she's white. That she
I don't see, but I don't see in mass that. Okay, so is that blue-haired Smurf ass motherfucker?
Correct.
Saying,
yes.
I'm not fucking with not another white bitch on this earth. Cause they ain't shit. It ain't nothing but a bunch of single mothers having a bunch of biracial ass children with these Black kings. Do you hear white men saying that in mass?
They're not saying it like that.
Listen, no. Ronnie, this is what I'm referring to, the in mass. Black men are the only men that I see doing this in mass, is all I'm saying. And that's just anecdotal. I can be disproven, and that's okay. I'm just giving you my perspective. The white men that can't stand women and shit like that or whatever, they usually just, they go in their little groups and playing weird shit, to take out in real life. You
won't let me go in my bag. I want to give you one more thing.
Okay, do your thing. Let me go on mute.
Okay, the red pill community, that was not created by Black men. That was created by white men. You know that, right? The red pill.
Yeah, and niggas hopped on the train. Go on and get in your bag.
Okay, when we're talking about chasing white validation, them niggas is gonna hop on anything to subscribe to try to have just as much power.
White men don't talk bad about their women. I'm saying they do, because the red pill community was created by white men. Incel community was created by white men. That was not created by Black men. That was give you more.
What are we talking about? But they sit over there and they commune amongst themselves. They are not in mass all over TV. They are not in mass all over TV. These movements have become popular, right? But they are not moving in mass all over TV screens, all over social media. They have groups. They have little sects that are off in the cut, whatever. Then niggas decided, these niggas hate, well, let's jump on this train. And even them damn printer paper color people said, nah, we don't want y'all Black asses over here, and kicked y'all the fuck out. Now, just listen to what I'm saying instead of trying to squabble with me, goddamn it, Ronnie. You know what the hell I'm saying. Y'all can say what y'all want. Just like No Chaser, he know I love him dearly, but I don't want to hear that shit. He say black men get shitted on, then move to another color. Well, what the fuck is it with y'all that make y'all so
fragile?
Yeah,
when did y'all become so fragile? That's what I want to know. Because like black women have been a lot of times just been dating black men, and we get shit that like we've had a lot of shitty experiences, but we still stay down with them. And then now it's starting to become a thing where
everybody get hurt. We all done had we all deal with shit. I haven't yet experienced a man
not paper printer people.
To the point where I said, you know what, fuck all these niggas I don't want to look at your old melanated ass. And Slimmy, I don't want to see your fucking chocolate face anymore, you black son of a bitch. I ain't never had that experience. I'm just saying. Well, No Chaser, like black men have always been fragile, but maybe that's another conversation. Shut up, Slimmy. I want to hear your mouth. I'm going on mute.
Capping. You up here capping.
Good. I'm capping.
Go ahead.
I'm capping.
Shout out to the panel. Shout out to the chat.
Capping.
You're not lying about your experience.
I'll push your ass down the stairs.
You're not lying about your experience, but what it is, the truth is, actually, black women,
oh Lord,
they date out more than any other culture.
We are not in mass trashing black men. That is new.
I did not say about what
you niggas stay windmilling. Niggas, you got shoulders. You done tore your rotator cuffs out the frame with all this.
I said 5 things. And you
I
ain't letting me speak.
I don't want to hear because I'm ignorant. Because I don't care.
You just told Ronnie.
You want to have a twerk off? If you want to have a twerk
excuse me,
I'm not twerking at all, man.
It's a twerk.
I don't twerk. I am a man.
Stop that ass. Shake that ass.
No.
I'm not a
man. I'm gonna go on mute. I'm sorry.
No, I just thought he won the battle. I do not like Drake. He won the battle. You still mad about that?
Wow, he did not win the battle.
He definitely won. He definitely won.
We don't want to get on that.
Yeah, we ain't gonna get on that. That's irrelevant. So,
yeah.
But the thing is, like, I don't hear anybody ever. Serena Williams ain't never apologized, and nobody's ever held her to the fire for nothing. Like, she don't even want to look black anymore. I never hear no smoke for them.
Get in your bag, Slimmy.
I never hear any smoke for the black women that want to get out. And it's majority of black women black women are the majority that want to move on away from the black man. They separated from the black man. They separated themselves, even using feminism as the way out. This is not a talking point. These are the facts. Now, I'm not saying anybody on this panel, I'm not saying anybody in the chat is like that. But the majority that are trying to get out, this is what they do. They go deal with the other races. There are stats behind that shit. I mean, you could go look it up on the black, what is it? The black census. The black census, all those stats are in there. I don't even like doing that, but these are just the facts. You can't argue with that shit, man. But so if you got a black man sitting up here trying to apologize because he know he was a damn fool, you know what I'm saying? He was an utter fool, and he wants to apologize, let him. He apologized to all the small hats when he said what he did. Ain't nobody had no motherfucking problem with him apologizing. So why we up in arms about him apologizing now?
Listen, that man do what he needs to do to move forward in his life. All I'm saying is I don't want to fucking hear it. I'm not here to say that that's a part of his process, right? I'm not trying to get in the front of that. You feel me? If he feel like he needs to apologize, he do what he do. What I did say is, do y'all not notice there is a pattern of black women, black men apologizing to black women? And I'm just trying to understand this old monk ass pattern. Now you talking about people dating out. That wasn't my point, Slimmy. My point is that black men are the only ones that sit there and A-town stomp they women in mass. That's what I'm talking about. Now, the women that move on and go to other people, they typically just move on. The ones that do trash black men are a small sector on YouTube. Aside from that, I have never seen black women dog black men out in regards to dating out. Oh, I'm finna go get me a white man and fuck y'all darkies. The only place I've ever seen that is a small sector of YouTube, the divestors. Other than that, motherfuckers just move around.
Slimmy, go ahead. Hold on. Slimmy, go ahead. After you go ahead, we're gonna hear from PhD. Go ahead, Slimmy. Go ahead.
And then we also got True on the panel as well. So
yeah, go ahead.
And then we'll end it. Go ahead.
Okay, just Jay. So let me ask you a question. So I'm 44. You know what I'm saying? And I remember it was a shift like in the 90s where women started to say, fuck black men. It was a whole thing. It was man bashing 101 damn near. And there was no YouTube, there was no sectors, there was none of that. This was a real life movement, and black women have stood on this shit. Hey, I don't know about if it was worldwide, but I can definitely tell you where I'm at in Cleveland. This shit was a real thing. It was a real thing, and I'm willing to say, like, even across the internet, like, well, it wasn't that much internet back then.
I thought I said, wasn't no internet in the 90s, and you're probably a teenager.
No. Well, I was on the internet, but it was just AOL. It was just
yeah, chat. It wasn't in there in the 90s. It was definitely the AOL.
Yeah. It was internet for sure. It was dial-up.
Right. I must not have been rich.
Yeah, no, I wasn't rich either. It was just you just had to be computer savvy. That's all. But yeah, we was on AOL, but you could see a shift in the dynamic where you could hear about women. They were just like, yo, they would get together and they'd be dogging men. So this has been a thing they've been doing for a while. And it ain't got to just be one thing where they just, I don't know who planted that seed and why they started doing that shit. But this is a real thing. So when I hear like black men, they didn't do that shit. They never did that. They didn't do that until this YouTube space. I don't even say YouTube, but maybe one of the Clubhouse shit and maybe a little bit on Instagram. But this is fairly new for men to really be voicing themselves and separating themselves from women. I think it's only because it's so many black women that are separating themselves from their men, and so many masculine black women out here. And I'm not
that's a problem.
I'm not trying to make this a tit for tat thing. What I'm just saying
that's exactly what it is, but you got to go.
No.
Go off with our masculine ass.
No. So the thing is, like, when you get extremists, you're gonna have other extremists that want to attack back.
Definitely, get in your bag, Slimmy.
So you get these extremists on one side, and then it forces other extremists to have a voice. You know, to really like, hey man, no, this shit ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what's really going on. No, bum, I ain't just talking. This is real. Like, if you every aspect of life, once you have one side, there's another. And sometimes one side is created by the other. And I feel like these men on YouTube or wherever they're at, they got created because of the hostility that was formed against them. Now, I'm not saying it's like that for every man. Some men are just fucking lost it. You know, they're fucking lost. They won't ever be able to come back. They're not gonna ever deal with the women.
You wouldn't even address the low testosterone that men have nowadays, but you keep hollering women masculine.
Along just Jay, 1 minute.
No, I don't know. I didn't see any stats about that. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen any stats.
Okay, I'm trying to over talk. Let me go on mute. I do have something to do. I'm gonna be in the chat, y'all.
They got other people that gotta talk.
PhD Diva.
Go ahead, PhD Diva. Go ahead.
PhD Diva, welcome, like always, welcome.
Welcome, PhD Diva. Appreciate you.
And also, True Number Favorites are also in the building as well. But go ahead, PhD Diva. Any kind of type to what Slimmy is saying.
Okay. Well, you know, so I didn't even hear the Nick Cannon apology. What was he apologizing for?
Black women, that how he pretty much evaluated them.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll go look it up later. But in response to what I just heard the gentleman say, it's absolutely asinine to sit here and say, like, oh, black men just started saying anything about black women, you know, when Clubhouse, right?
That's not what I said.
Okay. Just let me finish, honey. When Clubhouse started or whatever, we can listen to the music that y'all broadcasted around the world where you openly disrespected your own women and called them bitches and hoes as a rule, right? We can go back to the cinema that y'all created in the 70s where you glorified pimping your own women out, right? And so the idea that y'all have just been these bastions of respect towards black women is absolutely asinine. We can go back to the 20s and listen to records that black men made talking about they ain't want no black nappy-headed woman, right? So y'all have always, as a rule, been disrespectful. And as far as black women being masculine, look at our environment and who we're in environments with. It's very difficult to be soft and feminine around Black men because you'll get preyed upon. Absolutely.
Get in your bag.
Absolutely. Right?
Get in your bag, Diva.
I stay in mine.
Yo, this is wild.
And so it's very difficult to be, I mean, there's a reason why Black women experience higher rates of domestic violence, SA, intimate partner homicide, right? And we know who we with more often than not. And so look at the communities and look at, it's the reason why Black men make up about 6% of the population in this country, but make up about damn near 50% of the arrests for deletion. And so you can't be soft and feminine in environments with these men because you will get preyed upon, you will get swallowed up and chewed up, swallowed up, and spit out. And so the idea that y'all will even want us to be when y'all
you can't
act the way that I'm sorry, no, but I didn't interrupt you, sir. But see, this is the thing. It's a prime example, right? They can't even sit there and listen, right? This is how lacking in discipline the average Black male is. Can't even sit there and listen. They got to talk all over you, right? And so again, expecting Black women to act like other groups of women and be soft or whatever when they in environments with, I don't even want to say animals, but it's an impossible ask, right? It's asinine to ask that. Or we wouldn't be here if we were soft and feminine. We have to develop a callus. That's the thing. When your fingers or your feet are injured, you develop a callus in order to be able to deal with those conditions that you're subjecting your hand or your feet to, right? When they dealing with rough shit, you develop a callus. And so Black women have to be calloused in order to survive around y'all. I yield my time.
This is asinine.
Hold on, Slimmy, hold your thought. Hold on, because you're going to have the final say so, because, we got to make sure never favorite go, and then we'll let you close out, Slimmy. Go ahead.
I want to say something, too, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course, Stephanie, of course. Yeah. Go ahead. True, you there?
What's good, G? How y'all feel?
Good.
Feeling good, man. Feeling good.
You feeling good? My man, the newbie dad, how the life being a dad, shorty?
Hey, man, she's growing, man. She's 2 months. She's 10 pounds already, man. She's getting big.
Yeah, that's solid, shorty. I'm happy for you, Jay. Yeah,
appreciate you, man. Thank you.
No problem at all.
Go ahead.
So you said Nick Cannon apologized to Black women?
Yeah, that is correct.
What was the what was the reference? Like, what was he referencing to his children's moms, to what?
Like in whole, in general, like the mistreatment and everything. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, if you look at it from his standpoint, he does owe apology, and a lot of us do. Like, I've constantly came on here and admitted to my past behaviors, towards women, especially our women, if we want to call them our women. And a lot of us will say they are women at one point, and then the next point we'll say they ain't our women. So we gotta make up our minds. A lot of it came from ignorance, not knowing what a man is, and understanding the title and then the responsibility that came with it. But once I understood what it was, everything changed. And I started moving accordingly. What PhD Diva said, bro, she's telling the truth. I mean, we had to be honest. Again, I said this before. My targeting has changed because I realized that a lot of guys do not have my mindset. They are not moving the same way I am. They are not trying to get married. And if you listen to the catalyst of what they're trying to do, it's always leading back to ass. They're trying to get pussy. And what's happening is a lot of women are starting to so-called understand their worth and understand that they're not needing a man for certain things, and it's causing a lot of other men trouble, especially men that's not used to getting women, or you know, being able to galvanize, you know, the ears of a woman, or even being in a relationship. So they're starting to, you know, put a lot of pressure on us. And for a lot of us, we're going to fold. And for those of us that's used to getting women, we're going to continue to get women regardless. And it's never going to be hard. But yeah, we owe an apology.
Well, wow, Rufus, you okay? You feeling okay, brother? You're right. I didn't check your temperature.
we definitely owe an apology. I mean, if you look at what PhD was saying also, the state of masculinity, like we like to say they're masculine, but we do not create a space for them to be feminine. We don't. We got to be honest.
Go ahead, Slimmy. Go ahead, and then Stephanie,
and if you do, show it to me.
Pandering 101. Pandering 101, man. This is pandering. But no, like, so you're talking about a small percentage, man. Every woman don't get beat on by their dude. Like, that's crazy to even say something like that. Like, I don't even know how you could sit here and say men are animals and all this crazy stuff, and you can't be feminine around men. Like,
black men. Thank you.
You gonna let me talk? So do you lack discipline now?
Well, you set the precedent, sir. So here we go. I'm following your lead. You the man, right? I'm letting you lead the way. Right. And see, that's the thing. When we start following y'all, you got a problem.
Show some discipline.
You did it.
Complaining about me.
You did it. Right. Exactly.
I actually
so you set the
only thing I would.
Okay, so here we go. We here now.
So you gonna keep talking.
Absolutely.
Because you don't want somebody to land a point against you. Like you can't be setting the thing. You can't do stuff like that, man. You just gonna throw off the whole conversation to go tit for tat and be childish?
Oh, okay.
Like,
so you set the precedent, but now I need to be the bigger person.
I didn't set the precedent.
Right.
I got cut off the whole time I was speaking.
Not by me.
I don't even know if you was up here yet.
Right.
But I didn't complain about it. I didn't complain about it. This is the way the conversations have been going.
Okay, well then we continue in the conversation the way it's been going. So I'm gonna cut you off.
Okay, so can you let me continue, ma'am?
You can go, but I'm gonna cut you off.
Continue, ma'am. Can you let me continue?
Go ahead. I'm gonna cut you off though.
Go ahead. I ain't got nothing to say, man.
Thank you. You ain't had nothing to say, no way.
No, you didn't. You didn't. That shit crazy. Go ahead. I don't know what the hell y'all be on, man.
Oh Lord.
Go ahead. The disrespect just shows that you have a lack of discipline in yourself.
Right. And you're a 44-year-old man walking around here looking like a 24-year-old man.
Hey,
sir,
I'm at home. I'm at home in my house.
Grow up.
No, you need to chill out. I'm not outside. You don't know me, man.
Calm down, everybody.
Don't get personal.
Yeah.
I don't have to get personal. I'm just repeating what I see. I'm talking about what I see. This is what you're showing me. I'm looking at you, sir.
Ma'am, I'm in my house.
Call him out,
I'm in
Debo.
my house. You need to
Call him out, Debo.
You need to chill out.
Okay, Slimmy. All right, Slimmy. We're gonna let Stephanie go.
I am wild.
A straight up hyena, man.
Call it what you want, nigga. But I know an immature ass man who ain't grew up at 44 without
ma'am, wait.
You do not know me. Please just stop talking about me. Let's go. We don't agree.
Disagree to disagree. I'm replying to what I see.
I'm done.
We're about to get ready for the after party at Action Channel. But go ahead, Stephanie. Go ahead.
So just really quick, as I'm sitting here listening both to Slim and to the other young ladies speak on their points, one thing has just come to mind. And for me, like, I really would like our community to stop doing the finger pointing, because to be honest, we really have done a disservice to each other. And when we really look at the bottom line and who really started this division in the Black home and with Black families, I really think we need to start laying more onus onto white supremacy. I'm sorry, I said it, and that's what it is. And I think instead of us pointing fingers around like who's the worst, like, I think this is the time to heal these wounds and like hear each other out, but then also figure out ways to bridge these gaps, like having an understanding why Black women respond and act the way they respond, like why Black women are mostly more, and I'm going to put masculine in hyphens. And it's not, Slimmy, it has nothing to do with like being beat on. I think we're talking about masculine energy. Like, we're talking about like, we're the ones who have to provide and protect our own families. Like, that's putting a woman in a masculine position. And so there are a lot of Black women who, unfortunately, because of the 94 crime bill, were put in that position. And so again, like when we look at systems that were put into place to separate and divide the Black community, it wasn't onus, you know, of course it's doing on both parts and subscribing to both. Like we collectively have to come together to mend and heal together. Like there's so many, I agree with PJ, there's so many layers to this and so much trauma, generational trauma, as to why we respond the way we do, why we act the way we act in our own community. And I really wish that at some point we'll be willing to reconcile, heal, and move past it. That's the only way there's going to be evolution in the Black community. Because right now, all this divisiveness and this arguing, at this point, like not only is it starting to be disheartening, but it's low-key starting to be irritating and weird as fuck. And so that's my hope. Like my letter to Black men is like, dear Black man, can we start over? Because we were set up to fail from jump. Our relationships were set up to fail from jump. We were ripped away from our heritage. Like, can we just start over? Like, I'm tired of this. I'm really tired of the bickering and going back and forth. Like, literally, we have to do so much better. So that's all I got.
Miss Stephanie, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Beautiful.
How did we start from there?
So I really feel like having genuine conversations and not conversations where we're looking to make someone look bad or prove a point. Like listen to hear and not to respond. And I don't think oftentimes our emotions get so caught up because we feel personalized, we feel attacked. So like when we're getting spaces like this, we're not listening to hear each other. We're not listening to hear or to comprehend what that person has been through. We're listening to make a response. Oh, I drug him with that line. Like, nah, like we really need to have, like not superficial conversations, but stuff that has some depth to it if we really want to make this change. So that's just my personal feeling.